Tonight, a deeply concerning situation recorded on a home security camera has sparked widespread attention across Mexico City. The footage, currently being analyzed by authorities, shows a young child in a vulnerable position during an interaction that immediately raised red flags for investigators. While the images cannot be shown to the public due to legal protections, officials have confirmed that what they saw was serious enough to trigger an emergency response. This incident has now moved from a private household event to a full-scale government investigation, with experts, neighbors, and the entire community asking the same question: how could something like this happen without anyone noticing earlier? Before we continue with every verified detail, every official statement, and every implication this case may carry for national child protection policies, let me be absolutely clear. If you follow developing stories, if you rely on accurate updates, and if you want to stay ahead of every official announcement, you need to subscribe right now and activate the notification alerts. These cases evolve quickly. New information can emerge at any moment, and if you are not subscribed, you will miss the next critical update that authorities could release within the next few hours. Your support allows us to deliver verified information as fast as it becomes available. Now, let's go back to the beginning of this timeline, because the context of this case reveals both a sequence of events and a deeper systemic problem. According to the Department of Security of the capital, this incident took place in the borough of Azcapotzalco, located in the northwestern part of Mexico City. A residential surveillance system recorded a moment involving a minor and an adult woman who is identified as the child's mother. The interaction shown in that recording was classified by authorities as highly concerning. Although the recording cannot be publicly released, officials have confirmed that the minor appeared distressed, prompting immediate action. Approximately 1 week after this recording, a neighbor reported hearing the child calling for help. The tone, urgency, and emotional weight of the child's voice were enough for the neighbor to contact authorities without hesitation. Police units arrived promptly, carried out a welfare check, and located the minor inside the residence. Officials stated that they observed physical indications consistent with recent stress, leading them to request medical evaluations and notify Child Protection Services. The response escalated quickly due to the nature of the situation, following established protocols designed for high-risk environments involving minors. This development shocked the local community. Several neighbors expressed that they had never witnessed anything alarming before. Some described the woman as calm and ordinary, while others said the household seemed completely normal from the outside. The contrast between perception and the evidence now under investigation has raised questions about awareness, early warning signs, and whether communities truly know what happens behind closed doors. Authorities reviewing the video stated that the content provided clear grounds for intervention. It immediately became a piece of central evidence, not only to understand what occurred in that moment, but also to evaluate whether this was part of a larger pattern. Investigators are currently analyzing the timeline to determine how long the situation may have been escalating. The neighbor's alert became a turning point. His willingness to act may have changed the trajectory of the child's safety. Officials emphasize that without that report, the situation might have remained unnoticed. This raises a difficult but necessary question. How many neighbors hear something concerning and choose not to act? When officials entered the home, their priority was to secure the child's well-being. After evaluating the scene and consulting with medical staff, they placed the minor under state protection. Child protection agencies began their own assessment, ensuring that the child would remain safe throughout the investigation. The rapid response reflected the seriousness of the situation and highlighted both the strengths and weaknesses of the current system. While authorities acted quickly this time, experts argue that systemic improvements are necessary to prevent similar cases from reaching this point. Soon after officials secured the residence, the woman identified as the mother returned home. Based on the evidence, the neighbor's statements, and the initial findings during the welfare check, authorities detained her for questioning. A formal investigation was immediately opened, and prosecutors are now reviewing every element, including the video, the medical evaluations, and all witness testimonies. For many residents, the emotional impact is significant. Several neighbors expressed disbelief, stating that they had never seen any sign of concern before. Others admitted they might have overlooked subtle indicators that, in hindsight, could have suggested something was not right. This has sparked a broader conversation about community awareness and the responsibility to report potential risks even when a household appears calm from the outside. Nationally, this case has revived discussions about the vulnerability of minors. UNICEF reports that roughly 6 out of every 10 minors in the country experience some form of adverse incident at some point during childhood, often within environments presumed to be safe. These situations are frequently underreported or unnoticed. Experts warn that what becomes publicly visible is only a fraction of what actually happens. As the investigation progresses, prosecutors are evaluating whether the evidence supports formal charges. They must consider the video, medical findings, neighbor testimonies, and the timeline of events. Legal processes involving minors require precision, careful analysis, and adherence to child protection laws. Depending on the conclusions, the case may move toward criminal charges, long-term protective measures for the child, or reveal additional layers of complexity regarding the home environment. For now, the child remains in state care. Specialized teams are evaluating both physical and emotional conditions. Authorities will determine a long-term plan based on the results of the investigation and the recommendations of child welfare specialists. This brings forward an important question. How effective are protective systems in ensuring long-term stability for minors exposed to risk? This case serves as a reminder of how essential community awareness is. Many incidents occur silently without immediate witnesses. Often the only indicators come through subtle signs, a child's behavior, or an instinct that something is not right. Experts stress that when communities stay alert, listen carefully, and act quickly, they can prevent long-term harm. The neighbor's decision to call authorities may have altered the child's future significantly. Looking ahead, several outcomes are possible. Prosecutors may move forward with charges, initiating courtroom proceedings and expert testimonies. Authorities could uncover new information during the investigation, revealing additional context about the family situation. The case could influence local or national policy, pushing for improved protocols and better community training. Public institutions may face renewed scrutiny regarding how similar cases are handled. Experts say this case could become a catalyst for broader change, encouraging updated training programs, increased community involvement, and stronger preventative strategies. The central issue is no longer only what happened inside that home, but what the country will decide to do moving forward to protect vulnerable minors. As of now, the child is safe, authorities are continuing their investigation, and public attention remains high. This story will continue developing in the coming days and weeks, and every update will be crucial to understanding the full scope of the situation. If you want to stay informed with verified updates, make sure you subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments, and watch the next report available on screen. It covers another ongoing case you will not want to miss. Stay alert, stay informed, and thank you for watching.